Well, Heidi ho, my friends. Um, I woke up today, Monday morning, the 20-something of March, and I decided that it is a Say Something Hat Day. So, I'm not sure what this hat is trying to say, but whatever it is, I think it's going to be convoluted and interesting. Um, wow, have I had a weird month. I know it's been 3 weeks or a month since I uploaded anything, and dang, it's been a roller coaster. Um, this little snippet of video is what do you call it? And it, okay, I'm gonna back up a second. I just read something on one of the news stations about the long-term effects of COVID isolation, not just necessarily having COVID, but what's happening to us during this year. And one of the things is that people are complaining of not being able to find the words. You know what you want to say, but you can't find it. Where normally you're fairly eloquent, eloquence seems to be, we're forgetting how to find words. We're forgetting things like, well, some of the examples where we're forgetting about what a bar smells like. We're forgetting about how heavy a baby is. We're forgetting just so many sensory perceptions that we haven't had the opportunity to have for over a year. And for me, it's really there I go again. It is expressing itself in the form of an inability to find the words. So now I'm going to back up to what this little video clip is. This little video clip is a preface. That was the word I was looking for. A preface to the rest of this video. I have shot the rest of this video over time since last month. So there you'll find a lot of little disjointed things that have occurred over the course of this month that for some reason I felt like I wanted to share with you and I couldn't at the time. As I'm going to talk about in this video, I lost Pearl. Oh my God. I still can't talk about it. I did a pretty good job talking about it later in this video, but this grief is going to last a long time. I get into how and why she died a little bit later in the video, but one thing I wanted to share now that I haven't is that her death, it broke something loose in the side of me. Not a good thing. This enlightenment is hard to take, but I'm coming to face with, if not coming to terms with yet, how my dissociative personality behavior has affected so many people negatively in my life. I tend to make poor choices or no choice at all when I'm under stress or in a crisis situation, which leads to not being able to step up to the plate and take care of others who were in my care. Whether it's my kids, my parents, my animals, and the way I failed Pearl, who is just one in a long line of failures, is that when she started to show signs of serious illness, I stuffed that. I didn't want to deal with it. So I waited at least a week, maybe two, longer than I should have, to get her to the vet. And when I really noticed that she needed help, that was a Friday. She had a vet appointment on Monday. Instead of taking her into the ER, which is what I should have done, I waited until Monday. Now, she wasn't acting like she was in pain, which was kind of odd. Rather, she was, she would still jump up on me and purr and all that kind of stuff. But according to the vet, she probably was in a lot of pain. And I feel like I know I know that I let her down, and that I should have taken her in immediately when I first noticed things looked a little wrong. For all the times I've done similar, or I was going to say made similar mistakes, but this isn't a mistake. This is just an ugly personality trait that I've never dealt with. And now at my age, I've had 6 decades to screw up other people's lives. And so much of it is these small incremental failures that lead up to one big failure. I would give examples, but I just don't want to look at that yet. It's thanks to Pearls, the lesson of Pearl. I know this is not going to go away this time. This time, I'm going to have to face it. And it's just overwhelming. And and so that's why I haven't been around. There are a lot of other things I'm having to face right now that are difficult. One of them is we are supposed to go visit Grant's second grandchild, who was born on St. Patrick's Day, in Nebraska. I love Grant's family. They're my family now. And I'm thrilled about the second grand boy. We have a grand girl coming in July. And I so want to see them. But I don't travel well anymore. My world in the past couple of years has gotten so small. And the things I need to be comfortable are so specific that jumping in a car, driving 24 hours to another state, going up and down 3 flights of stairs, in and out of somebody else's house, trying to sleep in a corner, knowing that I can't really do much with the baby because I've got nerve damage in this hand. I tend to drop things, and I would be scared to be alone with the baby. I mean, I can do some stuff. I can do, I can cook, I can do things in the kitchen, I can do this and that. But when it comes to like carrying the baby somewhere, I'm not signing up for that. And so I'm not going to be that much help. But I know that from about an hour after we drive out our driveway till I get home back in my own house, I'm going to be uncomfortable. Being uncomfortable for somebody else is the thing I've avoided doing. And it's the thing I always feel bad about later. So here's my dilemma. Do I head out on this trip that I want to go on, but I know is going to be gruelingly difficult for me? Or do I not? Do I put my own feelings first? I don't know. I don't know what to do. If any of you guys have gone through something similar to this, where all of a sudden you wake up and you realize that you just did something wrong your whole life, and you now have the opportunity to write that, what do you do? Have you had the strength to write it, or have you continued to wrong it because you didn't have the strength to change? I don't know. I don't know how common this is, what I'm going through. I imagine it's fairly common. But I don't know. I've never talked to anybody about it. So I have some weird little video clips that you're going to see now that just kind of illustrate some of the stuff I've been doing over the past month. And, just kind of bring you up to date. Incidentally, today I'm at the store. I'm putting stuff away, actually. When you see in my videos piles of things here and there, that's what I'm working on today, putting stuff back where it belongs, clearing everything off so I can uncover displays and that sort of thing and actually set it up like a store. I think what I'm going to do is put out the inventory and then cover everything so that I don't get a dusty mess in case it's going to be a while before I actually open my doors. That's another kind of dilemma. I haven't been vaccinated and I want to be vaccinated before I open. If I go to Nebraska with Grant, we'll leave around the 1st of April, which is just, next week or whatever, and stay probably 3 weeks when you add up travel time in both directions. So I'll be gone for a long time, and there's no reason to open the store before I get back. So store opening probably wouldn't be until somewhere around the 1st of May, somewhere around then. And that's barring any complications That's barring a new COVID spike from some mutant strain that locks us all back down again, or, you know, me dying from the COVID vaccine, which my husband is convinced I'm going to do. He's scared to death of the vaccine and he won't take it. But all things being equal, it looks like that would be the time I actually open this place up. It's funny, I've said that so many times. Oh, well, I'm going to be opening in, and then it's about 3 weeks later. There's always a caveat with that, and the caveat is, well, depending on how things go. Things are looking pretty good now, though. We're opening up in this county. People are going back to restaurants and church and gyms and all that sort of thing. And, you know, it's looking pretty good. Everybody I know is fighting to get their COVID appointments, vaccine appointments. And, you know, time marches on, and we get through these big crises in human history, and we're getting through this one. But how that affects our little tiny day-to-day minutiae can feel huge. Like, when do I get to open my store? Hell, I don't know. When it feels right, that's when I get to open it. So, boy, that's a long yap to preface this video, but there's not much more coming. So I hope you guys are all happy and healthy. I hope you are looking to spring with hopefulness in your heart, and that you're finally being able to spend time with your families again. And enjoy the rest of the video. Howdy ho, my peeps. Well, I'm at the vet with Pearl, and it's not looking too good. I took her in to be spayed, but I noticed night before last, there she is. She's such a good girl. I noticed night before last, say hi to everybody, Pearl, that her hindquarters are all torn up. I didn't notice it before Saturday morning, and it was alarming, of course, but she had an appointment on Monday morning, so I went ahead and waited. I don't know if I necessarily should have, but I did. And we just left the regular vet, the one that was going to spay her, and they said that she's got torn ligaments in her rectal area, and who knows what else is going on. Don't know how any of this could happen. You know, she's an indoor cat. She's never around any other animals. So this has to be something that's occurring, you know, as a result of her own body issues. Like you guys know, she was abandoned. I found her at 3 days old, 2 or 3 days old, in a field. At first I thought she had, because she's very wobbly, I thought she had that cerebellar hyperplasia. But as she's grown, she's developed a little notch in her back. And now I think she was probably dropped off the roof by her mother, because the mother cat had her in a room that could only be accessed through a broken window. So that's my guess, is that she was dropped, injured somehow. And so this may have been inevitable. I don't know yet. But, you know, I'm going to do my best to get her fixed, you know, to fix her problems if they're fixable. If not, well, then she's lived a very beloved life. So, you know, I'll update you guys later. Well, today is an interesting day. We are out here at a field, a farm, where the people who live or lived here grew white sage. That's what you're looking at. White sage, as most of you guys know, is used in Native American ritual as well as other things. And I found out about, I'm going to flip this around. I found out about this on Facebook. There was a gal who posted that this field was going to be plowed under tomorrow. So people are invited to just come out and dig up plants is what they really want you to do for transplanting. But I can see people are harvesting as well. So Grant is going to try to dig up a few plants. I want to take one to the lady who mentioned this to us to begin with. She was just passing the information on, and then I'm going to harvest a little bit as well. And here are the fruits of our labors right in here. Well, Grant's labor. He went out and picked this wonderful harvest for me. The little bit that I picked, I gave to the gal who put me onto this opportunity to pick all of this sage. So we dropped some off to her on the way home. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and strip the leaves. I'm setting all the sticks aside, use those separately. And, I don't think I'm going to make anything to sell out of this. I think I'm just going to dry it and, and burn it for my own use. Anyhow, I wanted you guys to see what we ended up with. It was definitely worth the drive. I think they're going to be plowing over the field Tuesday, is what I heard. So tomorrow's Monday, and I may actually drive back out there and take a look and see what's going on when I go into town tomorrow. So, yeah, pretty harvest. Okay, so we're driving along here, and we see these ducks just walking in the middle of the road like they own the joint, right? Okay, so I tell Grant, look, there's ducks. Oh yeah, look at the ducks. I said, get your camera. And he says, okay, gets his camera. And instead of turning it on video, he takes a picture. And I'm like, no, Grant, video. We need this on video. Listen to him. Now they're going to go out across the road, and I'm going to give them the opportunity. Oh, nope. They said, nope, we are not going across the road. We don't trust Cheryl. We're afraid she's gonna try to run us over. No, ducks, I'm not gonna run you over. You silly ducks. And here are Eve and Felicia completely finished. If you guys watched my last video, you saw their transformation in process. And now we're done. I love their little antique jewelry face frames. I think they turned out so cool. And they're extremely happy with the colors they ended up with too. So everyone's they're looking good. They're not fighting quite as badly. I think that Eve has finally accepted that her sister is, coming into her own. And even though Eve is the pretty one, Felicia she realizes that she's beautiful too. So there we go. Finished getting all tarted up. Here's a little look-see. It's a gorgeous day outside. Bright sun, which is gonna blow out the camera. I can't even show you how pretty it is outside without going out there. Anyhow, yeah, so not much has changed. Well, actually a lot's changed. And let me show you where it has changed. Look, Grant hung my bike and my mirror that's right next to the dressing room area that I've created back behind that white armoire. Yeah, so it's coming along. I'm not done with that corner. I'm also not done with that corner that has my brother's old lion tapestry hanging above a hole in the wall. See, that's my decorating philosophy is if there's a hole in the wall, just hang something over it. Nobody will ever know. Even Felicia, say hello. They've been having a power struggle because Felicia, over here on this end in the lovely yellow colors, she's finally decided that her sister may be prettier, but that doesn't mean she's any better or any more fancy. And then over there I've got my my boyfriend from a different era that my lovely friend Nancy brought to me. Sorry about you can't see it very well, but yeah, I just think that's a good spot for that. My walls, this store is definitely not done. Everything, my other design philosophy is a decorating job is not done until it's overdone. So at some point I will reach overdone. I think that purple wall you see under the tapestry, I think I'm going to do that to coordinate with my wall of textile. I'm gonna put a bunch of pieces of rug and stuff like that on that wall. I think it will cause the tapestry to blend in a lot better instead of just kind of jumping off of that purple painted T111. Okay, so let's see here. Turn this around. Let's see. It's been, at least 3 weeks since I did a video, because I've been mired in depression. My little kitty, hey, come on in. My little kitty, Pearl, she died suddenly, and it was just, you can only imagine the blow that was. But turns out her back problem was not a result of injury, and it wasn't neurological. She had I guess her entire spine, according to the vet, was deformed, and there were places where there were vertebrae missing. And he said that he figured what was happening was that as she got older and bigger, neuropathy started to bother her, and he thinks that she had just gotten to the point where, she just couldn't get comfortable and there was nothing they could do. So having to put her down was tough, but I survived it. I am surviving it. And, you guys all know, every one of you are an animal lover. There's not, not one of my folks that I communicate with here on YouTube is ignorant of what it's like. So suffice it to say, that's what I've been going through. But I'm not back on top, but I'm back functional anyway. I was dealing with heel spur pain for about a week, so that kept me down, and I got really bored because I didn't want to walk on it any more than I had to, so that means I stayed at home instead of coming to the store. And so I sat around and just waiting for the thing to heal, which it pretty much has. I'd say I'm about 90% back to normal now. So that is what has been going on. I have a munch pack that I need to upload as well as this video, but I wanted to get this done and in the can and upload it to you so, I could just touch bases. And it is springtime here in the hills. Wildflowers everywhere, warm during the day, rainstorms once a week. So things are looking up. Well, my peeps, that was me trying to be anything but depressing. things don't seem like they're looking up. I lied. um, but I am surviving. That I didn't lie about that. I'm getting through. Um, so, for those of you that hung out and watched this the whole way through, thank you so much. And I'll be coming back to you with something a little more exciting next. I actually have a munch pack to upload, so that will be coming to you straight away. Talk to you guys later. Bye.